Viewers, our focus continues to be on what is happening in West Asia. It's day 20 of the war, and what we are witnessing now is escalation from both sides. And now the target is energy sector. Oil fields, gas fields are being targeted extensively, and that has got the entire world worried as far as this war is concerned. Let's tell you what has happened. Iran has targeted Saudi oil giant once again. Reports are suggesting that Aramco Refinery in Yanbu has been targeted. Aramco Exxon joint refinery in Saudi Arabia has been targeted according to reports. Yanbu oil facility has come under attack. Remember, earlier two refineries in Riyadh were targeted in this particular war that we are witnessing right now. Now, all these developments, viewers, are keeping oil also on the edge. And oil prices continue to spiral up. They continue to surge northwards. And now, of course, it is becoming a cause of concern because there's no one to really mediate, it seems. Because on one hand, Israel is targeting Iran's nerve centers, the energy hubs. In retaliation, Iran is targeting, in fact, the Gulf states. Mayank, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Mayank, what is the latest that you can share with us as far as the attack in Saudi is concerned? What the reports are suggesting?
The infrastructure which is related to energy have come into target in the recent times. So what we see is actually this can create a complication which is already there. So these things could increase the tenure or rather the timings of the warfare which is already going on there, and might also pull in multiple other factors into it, other countries. So what we see is actually this can, if energy infrastructure is targeted, and which can be of any country, whether it's Iran side or of the other side, which can be Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or Bahrain or Kuwait. So this is going to complicate things further. What other thing is there, if you see, in terms of security, President Donald Trump had been requesting the NATO countries to participate into this, and largely that is because of the energy security only. And talking about Strait of Hormuz. So in this case, you find the bigger countries like Germany, France and all, they made their positions clear. So if it continues this way, then I think we will find a different direction. This war might take place in few days. So it is not a good news that the way the energy infrastructure is being struck. This could complicate, as we had been saying, this could complicate the entire process and the way the things are shaping up.
On with us, let's tell our viewers a little bit about this particular latest target. Now, viewers, we're talking about Saudi Arabia's oil giant Aramco's refinery in the Red Sea port of Yanbu that has been reportedly hit in an aerial strike after similar attacks on energy facilities in Qatar and UAE. Now, this is in response to US-Israeli attacks on Iran's energy installations. Now, this is as per reports. Now, the key energy facility, viewers, that has been reportedly targeted, it is a joint venture between Saudi Aramco and Exxon Mobil, and the attack followed Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps' evacuation warning to several oil facilities across Saudi Arabia, the UAE and the Qatar. This attack now, viewers, threatens global oil supply once again, because if you talk about Yanbu port, then this has been one of the two major export outlets for crude oil out of Gulf Arab countries. Strait of Hormuz is seeing a lot of disruptions right now. Oil supply is not happening properly from there. Now, this was another major outlet for crude oil. That has also been reportedly targeted by Iran at this point in time. And this is the reason why it is a cause of huge concern for countries that rely on the Middle East for their oil requirements. Mayank, my colleague, is now joining us live right now for more on this. Mayank, let's explain to our viewers the importance of the refinery in Yanbu, because after Strait of Hormuz, this is another outlet for oil from the Middle East. Now, even that has been targeted. Mayank, can you hear me?
आवाज आ रही है I can.
Well, Mayank, I was trying to understand from you if you can talk to us about the importance of this Aramco refinery in Yanbu that has been targeted.
No, these are larger facilities, and let us not preclude the attack on South Pars also. What I'm trying to signify by talking about these is actually these are larger infrastructures. So these complicate the situation in a multi-pronged manner because it affects the larger world. I mean, I'm using this term deliberately. It affects the larger world, and in such a case, it can complicate complete thing. Are we also thinking that if this targeting of such infrastructures, which are part of the energy security, come into effect, then it will create a lot of problems, and both sides will not let down their or let up their attacks, because it becomes a sort of a major, part of the process. Also, if the aim of the war is to hurt the other side in such a way that it creates problems, then both sides have been talking about this thing, that they won't be targeting any civilian infrastructure to energy producing infrastructure. So this is a major breach of the statements which have been made by both sides.
Well, absolutely.
So that's how
we got that statement earlier from Qatar also, with the kind of attacks on energy facilities that we are seeing. Qatar clearly mentioned that with these kind of attacks, Iran is crossing all possible red lines. Mayank, thank you for the moment for joining us with your inputs on this story.